Hi guys. Welcome to my channel. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. 5 reasons why you are not happy. And also subscribe to my channel. Make sure to watch the full video. Happiness is a choice you make for the moment, not something you put off for the future. Mr. Jim Rohn. It wouldn't be incorrect to presume and declare that, with the exception of a small number of enlightened individuals, the majority of people are not happy today. Man has grown overly materialistic, according to the explanation given for this. He is losing the fundamental principles of humanity in favor of accumulating worldly possessions. I don't quite concur with this. Because it is not possible to categorically reject modern technologies on the basis of materialism. No one of us, in my opinion, would want to return to a time when we had to send a letter to a loved one to inquire about their well-being. You would hear back a few days after the letter arrived, which had to be delivered in a couple of days. Thanks to technology advancements, it is now possible to view movies and speak to loved ones who are located thousands of miles away with just a click of a button. Who would also want to return to a time when traveling even a few hundred miles took days when we can now complete the same distance in a few hours? I'm certain that the majority of people would concur with the foregoing. Consequently, contemporary advancement has improved our quality of life, but not any happier though. Yes, because the man is merely making his life more pleasant and not raising its consciousness to comprehend the important things. So why is it that despite all the comforts and luxuries that science and technology have created, people still don't seem to be getting any happiness in real terms? The following list of causes illustrates some of them. 5. There is the comparison with others. Comparison with myself improves. Comparison with others creates dissatisfaction. Everyone's circumstances in life are unique. Everybody has their own starting point in life and their own path to success. Therefore, if you develop the habit of constantly evaluating yourself in relation to others, you will be perpetually unsatisfied. You might be playing a game where you contrast the strength of another person with your own weaknesses. Because if you pay attention to your strengths, they will grow. But if you concentrate on your shortcomings, you will at most become average. The best strategy is to take inspiration from others and, most importantly, act to improve your situation. The comparison with oneself is thus the best kind of comparison. Only fulfillment can bring about true happiness. You will feel satisfied, which is the true source of happiness, if you give it your all throughout the day. Life is enough. Don't measure yourself against others. 4. Lack of gratitude is reason. The fact that we don't count our blessings each morning when we awaken is one of the main causes of feeling unhappy or depressed. Instead, we dwell on what we lack and think that obtaining the next big thing is the only thing that will make us happy. There are numerous examples in life that show that happiness derived from material possessions is fleeting. When we find what we are looking for, we immediately begin to consider something bigger. Your life will become a never-ending mental loop if you are constantly focusing on what you lack. Robin Sharma once said, "What you think about expands, what you focus on grows, and what you dwell upon determines your reality." The glass appears to be only partially filled in your opinion. You don't feel appreciative that this half glass can satisfy your thirst. In India, more than 200 million people sleep on an empty stomach each night. These people will be the happiest if they are given a single meal. By observing these individuals, the intention is not to halt progress. However, one should not rely solely on the accomplishment of materialistic goals for their happiness. You are already better off than the majority of people if you have a place to live, a car to drive, and a respectable job or profession that allows you to live happily with your family. Your gratitude has a beneficial effect on your future as well. For the reason that, what you value, values, Lydia Twist. 3. The excuse is that you are stuck in your comfort zone. Despite the fact that nothing grows there, a comfort zone is a really lovely place. Anonymous. Lack of growth is among the most frequently cited causes of unhappy people. People tend to become trapped in their comfort zones after a while. In our daily lives, the majority of us try to always play it safe. And we cleverly continue to conceal this in addition to the pretense of calling it practical. We don't muster the courage to carry out the actions that we ought to or would like to take to advance the situation. Years go by while we continue to hide our aspirations, which we later come to regret. Life is too short to spend it being small. You need to expand your imagination before using it. Franklin Disraeli. I was listening to an interview with the businessman Gary Vaynerchuk. He claims to have had many interactions with people in their 60s and beyond. When asked what their greatest regret had been, the common response was, "I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me." As a result, there is always a strong desire inside of people to do something they have wanted to do but have put off because they didn't think it was feasible. It's possible that you'd feel either too young or too old to try something new. Maybe you'd feel like your situation isn't quite right. Perhaps you worry about failure too much. Therefore, people who lack the courage to step outside of their comfort zone are unhappy with their lives. 2. Your lack of movement. The only negative impact of modern technology and inventions on humanity is that they have all but eliminated the need for physical activity. For knowledge workers in particular. Therefore, if you choose, you may be able to complete all of your work while sitting down the entire day. Of course, answering nature's call is something that will only cause you to move. Might be someone is trying to invent something for comfort on this front also, Jay. As a result, you remain still. Although you might consider it a luxury, your happiness and health will be seriously harmed by this. Because endorphins are chemicals your body releases during exercise. These endorphins interact with brain receptors to lessen the perception of pain. Endorphins cause your body to experience happiness and assist you in developing a cheery and energizing outlook on life. The best performers in any field exercise frequently, as you can see. Even wealthy billionaires would be seen running marathons. You or see. One constantly in the past or the future. More than 95% of the thoughts that pass through the human mind each day, an estimated 60,000, are repeated ones. People are either reflecting on their past because this is something they have already witnessed and are certain of. In the absence of that, people continue to consider their future. They are constantly worried about what will happen next in their lives. How would their future turn out? As a result, you become stuck in the present due to your constant attention to the past and present. You are unable to act and experience constant indecision. That becomes the main cause of your unhappiness if you don't make any progress. It's important to keep in mind though that you can never go back and change what you did in the past. Likewise, you cannot travel into the future and influence events to occur now. You can only take action in the here and now. Your present is the only thing that will change tomorrow into the past. Your future will only manifest itself in the form of the present for you to act upon. Focusing on and improving the present is necessary if you want to improve the past and the future. The idea behind it is self-fulfilling. If you improve the present while looking back, the past will appear better. Additionally, if you live your present well, your well-lived present will in any case create the framework or background for a better future. If you're feeling down, you're living in the past. If you're worried, you're planning for the future. Living in the present means you are at peace. The author is anonymous. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to our channel before you go.